Hi, I'm Joe Chili, mornings from 7 to 9 on Buffalo's oldie station, the Big Weck. Joining us on the Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise today is Patrick Dugan, who's the author of Street Crime Unit 22. That's the name of the book. And I got to tell you, first off, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
I love any kind of crime, novels. I mean, you look at TV, it's all crime shows, right? Whatever it might be. And the fact that this is, now it's fiction, correct?
Correct.
But
Correct.
It's centered around Buffalo, and there's all kinds of places in Buffalo that you would recognize in here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, tell us about your background to begin with. Police officer?
I come on as a cadet police officer, and then later in my career, I made lieutenant, and that's what I retired as.
Now, you're part of the Street Crime Unit. Tell us what they do. First off, you're not in uniform, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It was a plainclothes detail and unit out of the Tactical Task Force Bureau, and it was under the command of Captain Tony Burvid, who then was our commissioner, and he came up with the idea to implement this. And we had Chevy Caprices, trucks, cabs, we had the whole realm, and it was so successful that it went from a 3-man unit to probably 40, nights and days. It was quite an experience.
What was your favorite shift to work?
6 to 2, 6 at night, 2 in the
2
morning.
2 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Later in the evening, a little more action?
Well, statistically, the crime rates were always 6 to 2,
And what about the book itself? What inspired the book?
It would be very hard to meet anyone that didn't at some time in their life say, I should write this down. And they didn't have to be law enforcement. It's with the multitudes. The reading public is just something that, again, what we talked about. Number 1, police shows. Number 2, books on law enforcement. The first one I ever read was Joseph Wamba.
You're right.
The New Centurions. That was in 70 or 71. And it's, again, the people that I worked with and the people in the city, you would think that they were right out of central casting. And it was as amusing as anyone could imagine.
So the book is not dark by any means. It's funny as well?
It's serious, but it's light throughout, and people, if they're expecting something so serious, it's not there. That is part of what we had, is the humor that kept you going. I had a senior officer, an officer coach, tell me, if you lose your sense of humor, you've got a problem on this job. And it turned out that, he was 100% right. It got you through. Otherwise, you took it home because you were dealing with from A to Z. You seen the seamier side of life, and it was citywide.
Does this all occur in Buffalo?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
And would people, if they're reading the book, and again, it's fiction, would people recognize them, like somebody that you used to work with in the book?
They could, but it was an accumulation or a montage of 100 characters. It was just something that, again, the humorous part is what brought you through, because you've seen everything, homicides.
Yeah, you saw some things that if you didn't have humor in it, you would lose it very quickly. Is Patrick Dugan in the book?
He could be modeled after one of the characters, yes.
Did that character have to have flowing white hair at the time?
No, it was black.
It's black. All right, that's pretty well. Okay, where can people get this book?
It's on Amazon, and it's in the bookstore of BestCellar in Clarence and the Dog Ears in South Buffalo.
And would you consider writing another one?
We're doing that right now, and it's not as easy as people think.
It's a process.
You know, I mean, you could have everything up here, but the process, again, is to apply it, you know.
Understood. Patrick Dugan, it sounds very, very interesting. Street Crime Unit 22 is the name of the book. For more information and or a copy of Street Crime Unit 22, search for the book on Amazon. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by Patrick Dugan, Street Crime Unit 22. Make the Big Weck part of your weekday mornings. Join me 7 to 9 a.m.